My name's Simon Llewellyn. I opened a restaurant called the Sausage Revolution about 18 months ago. I also own another company called Hot Diggity Dog, which makes sauces for the revolution. It happened at the time, we wanted to open a restaurant. We always knew we wanted to open a restaurant, but we didn't know how it was going to look. After Dragon's Den, we didn't get any investment. We were invited to make a very hot sauce we now call Diablo. That's blended into Scotch eggs, and you can find Dragon's eggs pretty much all over the country. We needed the funding to grow the restaurant, to open the restaurant. We also found ourselves in a position of a month after opening the restaurant, the Hot Diggity Dog company, we had to move factory. We were told by the landlord we had to be out, so I needed more money to set that company up to build the infrastructure for that, for the production suite. Cubefunder was introduced to me through an agency. They were just brilliant, that straight away they didn't just dismiss us or poo-poo us. It was a case of let's have a look at it and build it on its merits. Cubefunder was pretty much the only lender who would lend to us. When I first started Hot Diggity Dog 10 years ago, I went to the bank with a business plan and a request for £35,000, and they said, "You're a nuclear engineer from submarines who's going to make sauce and sell it in Tesco's." I said yes, they said no. Cubefunder, as I said, was one of the only people that would lend us money because of my credit rating was damaged trying to build the other company over 10 years, which is now still running. The process with Cubefunder is very, very easy. Once you got the initial contact with Gary, he came down to actually see what we were doing, and you can see it's a viable business. Obviously, we had to do the due diligence of looking through the accounts and make sure the numbers work. Initially, we had to pay our penance, I guess, and the interest rates were quite high. We were a risky business. We had to take that risk. It was a new start business. Gary didn't know us, so obviously there has to be some sort of compensation for that. But now, 18 months down the line, we've worked into a good relationship to the point of where it's a lot cheaper money now than it was when we first started, which, again, we paid our penance for. But if we hadn't had that, we wouldn't be here now. I've been with Cubefunder now for 18 months. As I said, tough to begin with, but easy to work with now. Gary and I have built up a good relationship. We can have a laugh and a bit of a giggle, but he knows me now, I know him, and I know if I need money, I can pick the phone up for various business ideas I have and run with it. Dealing with Cubefunder is brilliant. The guys in the office are very easy to deal with. If for some reason my bank decides to not pay a payment on a daily basis, they're straight on the phone within 5 minutes and we can iron out that issue straight away. Sometimes the card payments don't go through, and within minutes we can get it sorted, so they're very on the ball. I'd highly recommend Cubefunder. It's tough to start, but with risk comes payment, and they've lent us the money and they've allowed us to be where we are today, and we're still working with them and growing the company, extending the restaurant, building another bar. We've now got the funding for the next 2 restaurants from Cubefunder, so it's allowing us to grow very, very quickly into what people thought would never work.